Hey everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Wrestling Pedigree. I'm your host Matty, and today we unfortunately lost one of the ultimate legends in professional wrestling and mid pop culture. Really, um, the immortal Hulk Hogan has passed away, age 71. So tonight we've decided to do a tribute show to Hulk Hogan, what he meant to us, the best moments we can remember of him, and the best matches we've watched. With me tonight, I have three big, massive wrestling fans. I did have three, but Chris decided to leave. So you said that doesn't work for me, brother. So at the moment until he comes back, I have with me my NWO partner in arms, Steve Hawkins. How you doing, brother?
It's been a tough week. There's Rots.
There he is. Below me, I have the encyclopedia of wrestling, Christopher Watts. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. It's been a tough week. We lost an actor. We lost Warner this week. We lost Ozzy Osbourne on Tuesday, and now it happens in threes. Hulk Hogan passing away. I can't wait to talk to you guys on what he meant to everybody and how he meant to on me in my life with wrestling.
Brilliant. And to his right is my fellow British man in arms, Lewis Joshua. How are you, mate?
Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on, everyone? Um, as as Rotsy just said, then it's it's been a sad week this week, especially for like the heavy metal industry and the wrestling industry. But obviously, I know Ozzy passed away Tuesday. God rest his soul. Thoughts and prayers to Ozzy and the the rest of the Osborne family. But obviously, tonight is about not just a wrestler, not just a movie star, but a true gentleman in himself, the icon, which is the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So if you're watching this, this will be on the Meltdown page. So if you're watching this and have any want to send your comments, we'll read them out for you. Let's start off by what Hogan meant to us. And for me, let's start with Steve. What do you mean to you?
I mean, like most American kids, as as a kid, he was America to me. Um, you know, say your prayers, take your vitamins, train. That's it's a big part of my childhood died with Terry Bollea.
Hmm.
He was my favorite wrestler while I was growing up. Um, I had his wrestling buddy, which I beat the crap out of that whenever I could.
We all did.
Um, Now, WrestleMania back in like the 80s, 90s, 2000s always coincided with my birthday.
Hmm.
Um, so on my 8th birthday was WrestleMania 8. And my grandmother made a Hulk Hogan cake for me. And I still remember it. I still remember the way that it tasted. Um, but more than that, the memory, it's just having that, eating that while I'm watching Hulk Hogan versus Sid Vicious. It was it was everything that an 8-year-old could want.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it sucks. Like I said, a big part of my childhood just died with Terry.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think I had a birthday cake similar to that. Used to sell it in like a Walmart that we have over here. It used to be like Hulk Hogan, red and yellow, and it'd just be on that side. Yeah, love that.
Yeah, mine was Hulk flexing like this. It was awesome.
I remember like the Hogan buddies. Me and my friends had 2 go-karts, one on that side, one on that side, and we tried to stretch Armstrong, and it was brilliant. and he sold it, so that was cool.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Cheers for that, Steve. Lewis, what did Hogan mean to you?
A lot, man. He he wasn't just an entertainer. He was a genuine, loving, kind-hearted man. Like he gave me them sort of vibes. Like he would do anything for anybody, whether it was in wrestling or outside of wrestling. He was like a father to a lot of people out there who weren't even related to him. But I can always remember back when I was growing up, when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I think it was either one of my cousins or my uncle. Whenever there was any like pay-per-view events on and Hulk Hogan was wrestling at stupid o'clock in the morning, even though I'd have school the next morning, my relative will come into my room. Lewis, wake up, come on, it's time. Hulk Hogan's going to wrestle now. And there was me. But nah, he wasn't just any ordinary guy. He was a legend. He was an icon. And to me, I've got to say, sorry, Undertaker, you weren't my favorite wrestler of all time. My favorite wrestler of all time has to be the Hulkster, hands down. What a legend! What a guy! We will all miss you.
I think for someone like him to wrestle, like be so popular in any country, like he was obviously in America, he was way over. I mean, he was on everything. Like over in the UK, he was bigger, and obviously over in the UK, we love our wrestling. So it was just like if Hogan was in the UK, which he was sometimes, he was over. He was over like Rover. Chris?
What Hulk Hogan meant to me is when I heard the news today, I was shocked. I was talking to my brother and I told him, and he said to me, "Oh, Hulk Hogan passed away." And I said, "You got to be kidding me." And I thought it was like if it was legit or if somebody posted that out there being like if it's going to be fake or not. But you don't know what people post on the internet these days. And so I had to go in and whatever wrestling group chat I was on, it became real to me. And I was shocked about it. My favorite moments of the Hulkster is when he body slammed Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. He had fantastic matches with Randy Savage, Sid Justice, The Rock, Ric Flair. He was in the ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin at one time in a tag team match. He won a tag team titles with the Rated R Superstar Edge. He won back-to-back Royal Rumbles. He was the longest reign WWE champion at 1,434 days. So that was that, and he's going to be missed. and also a moment of mine is he was in the ring with The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin to open WrestleMania 30. That was the biggest moment ever. And also another moment when Hulk Hogan came back at WrestleMania 21. And that was my first WrestleMania in 2005 when he came out and he saved Eugene from the beatdown with Muhammad Hassan and Ari Davari. Um, so I will always remember that. I had two cousins of mine that lives in Columbus. They went to Clearwater and they saw the wrestling store that had all the Hulk Hogan stuff. Want to give a shout out to my two cousins on my mom's side of the family for that. I do have a picture of them. Um, and you guys could see where this was at, and it was these two right here where you guys see the Holster logo right there. And then all of the championship belts and all, and also a picture of Hulk Hogan. So it's a shocking news. He died at the age of 71. And also he main evented 7 out of the 8 WrestleManias. I know he was a part of WrestleMania 9. I definitely got to watch that documentary on Peacock. And I also want to encourage you all to go and watch the hype package of The Rock and Hulk Hogan, because that hype package was amazing when they did the WrestleMania 18 match. Go and watch that. It was amazing. The last appearance we saw of Hulk Hogan was the night that Raw went to Netflix. And that was the last time we saw the Hulkster. I know his health was declining a couple weeks ago. I know they're going to do like an autopsy to figure out what led to his death. But I'm just my personal self. I'm going to remember Hulk Hogan as the character. I know what he did in the past. I don't want to bring up what happened in the past, but Hulk Hogan, he will be missed, and just take life day by day.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I for me, you do the was it Mount Rushmore or Preston? If you're not a wrestling fan, really, if you ain't got Hulk Hogan on there, because without Hulk Hogan, I don't think any of us will be here talking about professional wrestling and how popular it is today. From the 80s, just I think in 1983 he went into WWF.
82, I believe.
82. Then straight after that, he was on a roll. I think he was the Iron Sheik he defeated. A few months after Iron Sheik beat Bob Backlund. And then after that, Hulkamania was running wild, and I don't think my mom ever got over me ripping all my tops the way the Hulk Hogan did. But every wrestling show I watched, like Lewis, I was up stupid o'clock in the morning. The time zones, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, watching professional wrestling. I go into school tired, but still say, "Hey guys, did you see what Hogan did?" And just Hulk Hogan meant a lot to me, and he has got a legacy in professional wrestling. Massive legacy. However, tonight our boss is watching. So hey Jeff. He said his favorite match of Hulk Hogan's is Hogan versus Warrior at WrestleMania 6. And he had to leave this. Always remember Mr. Nanny. Now you gotta remember. I remember Mr. Nanny. That was a great film. But yeah, but I think he was one of him and Piper were the first ones that's like professional wrestlers to like go mainstream, go on movies. Piper with They Live.
Yep.
They Live. But yeah, Hogan did so much with Thunder in Paradise and everything, like special appearances on Disney, Nickelodeon, TV shows. What legacy, Steve, do you think Hogan will leave in professional wrestling?
There's never going to be another Hulk Hogan. I mean, no matter how many guys professional wrestling throws out. I mean, they tried to do it with Lex Luger. He couldn't live up. I mean, in a way, they tried to do it with John Cena. But there's only one Hulk Hogan. I mean, Hulk Hogan, he was the first superstar that was a household name. Like, when you talk about household names for professional wrestlers, The Rock comes up, John Cena comes up, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes up. But everybody, like, no matter how old they are, they're going to say, oh, yeah, Hulk Hogan. And, I mean, you know, he had his problems. He had his controversies. But, you know, who doesn't have problems in their lives?
Exactly.
And we want to remember the good things about people. We don't want to remember, oh, he said this, oh, he did that. We want to remember, oh, this is the impact that he had on the sport that we all love. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, who knows what would have happened to the WWF? Would it have gotten past the new generation? Who knows? I mean, and he was the perfect baby face, and then he was the perfect heel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When I mean, going from, you know, train, say your prayers, take your vitamins, to you fans can stick it. Nobody will ever touch what he did. He was everything that a booker wants. Oh, yeah. And I don't think that anybody can ever live up to that.
I totally agree. Before we get to you, Lewis, I just want to see, there's a message from Doc that always like to rock. Favorite Hogan match, you'll have to go with Hogan versus the Giant 96 when you brought the belt home to the NWO. I remember that. Do you remember way before that they did the monster trucks on top of the building? Do you remember him and the Giant doing that?
Yep.
Now you just think that's some good shit. And also, the Doc put, whether you love or hate Hulk Hogan, he was the blueprint for what pro wrestling would become. In the same way, Ozzy and the Sabbath were the blueprint of heavy metal. It's exactly that. It's the legacies.
Yep. They couldn't have said it better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lewis, what is the legacy do you think Hogan will leave in professional wrestling?
As Steve just said, dude, you'll never find you will never ever get or never ever find another Hulk Hogan. He is what the WWF was all about. Hulkamania was born, and I just can't thank him enough as a big time wrestling fan. I just cannot thank Hulk Hogan enough for what he's done in the wrestling industry. And if I had to choose a favorite match for me involving Hulk Hogan, was when I think it was going back in the early 2000s. It was a WrestleMania match when he took on Vince McMahon.
That
Because
WrestleMania 19.
as soon as that match got announced, you could see in Vince McMahon's face, he was running scared because Hulk Hogan was fed up of Vince McMahon doing all this, doing all that, giving it all this and stuff. And boy, oh boy, didn't Hulk Hogan put him in his place at WrestleMania. It was awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, as a massive Hulk Hogan fan, I just want to sit here and just say thank you, Holster, for everything you've done for all of us wrestling fans. God bless you, sir.
That's awesome. Rossi?
Well, I'm going to tell you guys, there's not going to be another Hulk Hogan anywhere because, well, the thing is this. Yeah, I see on this Superstars theme graphic the red, the yellow, and it's LA Knight. And personally, every time I'm going to see LA Knight's theme music and the red, the yellow, it's going to remind me of Hulk Hogan. So there's similarities with both Hulk Hogan and LA Knight with the red and the yellow. So wanted to just point that out there. But yeah, there's not going to be another Hulk Hogan. I forgot to mention this when I was giving about the moments, the matches. Hulk Hogan had a match with the Viper Randy Orton during was it 2004, 2005, 2006, one of those Summer Slams? It was 5. Okay. So I just want to point that out there.
Oh no, you're right. It was 2006. 2005 was him and HBK.
And personally, and yeah, also he fought Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton. But yeah, there's not going to be another Hulk Hogan out there. Every time I'm going to watch like a WrestleMania, I'm going to think about Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant. So WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, it's going to hit different because we don't have Hulk Hogan around. But hey, Hulk Hogan, he's going to be looking up and he's going to be watching the next generation take over. I know he's up in heaven right now. Hopefully he's having a good time with Andre the Giant and some of the old wrestlers that passed away. Maybe later tonight, maybe they're going to say, oh, let's have a wrestling match one last time, just for good old sakes. But yeah, there's not going to be another Hulk Hogan, but I want to thank Hulk Hogan for paving the way for all of us to be wrestling fans. And if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, there would not be WWE. It won't be nothing. Without Hulk Hogan, there would be nothing. So thank you, Hulk Hogan, for paving the way. You will be definitely missed. And let's just think about him and his family through the difficult times and the weeks and months to come.
Well put, man. Well put.
Yeah, very well said, Chris.
And obviously we don't know what Hogan was like, but if Hogan saw someone from, say, Ipswich, Massachusetts, he would say somewhat similar, wouldn't he, Steve?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck Boston. I would say Bradley Campbell. I know Hogan gets a lot of criticism for burying talent, but one guy he seemed to always put over was Sting. That rivalry will be forever be remembered as one of the best of all time. Absolutely. I remember '97 Starrcade. I was one of the unbelievable matches. But Sting was Mr. WCW when he was against NWO. That rivalry was just unbelievable. And then obviously TNA, when you had the Joker Sting with Hogan, that was great television.
It was.
That was great television. It was unbelievable television where we had a different character of Sting and Hogan just being Hogan. Yeah, it's amazing how Hogan could go through 3 promotions and leave a lasting legacy on 3 of them. And I would be surprised if this the real American wrestling, whatever happens to it now, that would have been a success anyway because it had Hogan's name on it. But yeah, Rossi says like with like the prayers and thoughts to Nick and Brooke and the rest of the family. But like Jimmy Hart, and Eric Bischoff, they were what we know is one of our like true friends of wrestling. And we always hear by wrestlers saying that they could count their wrestling friends like on one hand. And 2 of them is Bischoff and Hart. So credit to them also because what they're going through at the moment will be mad. Would you say that Hogan turning heel at Bash at the Beach '96 is the best heel change in wrestling history, Steve?
Without a doubt. I mean that fueled the NWO versus WCW. And that's what led to WCW having 83 weeks at the top of the charts. So I don't think that would have happened if Hogan wasn't the third man.
It was supposed to be Sting.
It was. And then
yeah.
And then when Hogan heard about it, he talked to Bischoff and he goes, "Brother, let me be the third man."
And there we go on that money.
It all made sense because why would the outsiders bring in somebody from the inside? Why wouldn't they bring out another guy that was considered an outsider? If they're trying to take over, why would they bring somebody in that's already the top name there?
Oh, absolutely. It just made sense. And I remember, I think Dusty was on commentary, and he's like, "Yeah, come on, Hogan, baby, let's go get him." And then I think it's Tony Schiavone, and he just go whoa, 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 and then boom, leg drop on Macho Man.
Yep.
For me, that's the best heel change ever. Best heel moment, the best moment WCW. Lewis, would you say Bash at the Beach '96 is the best heel change in professional wrestling?
110%, without a shadow of a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
I agree.
Because I mean, when the Hulkster was in the NWO, right? his attire, what he wore, he looked fucking awesome. I don't care what anyone says. Criticize me, hate me for all you want for that heel turn. But when Hogan was with the NWO, what he was wearing, his attire, he looked awesome. He really did. Do you know what I mean? Like you could portray him as like any type of wrestling character, and I guarantee he would be the type of wrestler that will pull off anything. That's how much of a legend he was.
I agree on that one. I think if you give him some, he wouldn't make it money.
Mm.
We'll see.
That heel turn and when he joined the NWO, I'm gonna say that had to be one of the best heel turns of them all. That took place at Batch of Beast 96, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't even thought of in 96. So
Now you just made a heel change.
but I did possibly saw like the highlights of it. But that had to be one of the best heel turns of them all.
Absolutely. And that was a nice heel turn there for you, Chris, to make us feel old.
Hey, I was born in 2000 of June 4th, so that's why.
And he was still over then.
I was born on the 1st of March, 1990. I'm 35 years old. I don't look it.
Well, you know who the oldest is, don't you? Before we close up, we all said our. So, Steve, your favorite match of all time of Hogan's?
Oh. WrestleMania 18 against The Rock. I mean, just the fact that Hogan came in as a heel, Rock came in as a face, and Hogan was getting the cheers, and they switched it up in the middle of the match with Rock saying, "Hey, they're cheering you. Let's do something here." It speaks to The Rock's ring intelligence and Hogan's ring intelligence, where they were just able to say, "Okay, let's do the switch here."
It was. See, that is for me. That is my favorite Hogan match, and I'm a sucker for storytelling in matches, and that was the storytelling match. And it was in Toronto, in the Skydome.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I know my shit. Yeah, it's just a phenomenal match, and I totally agree with you on that one. Lewis, your favorite Hogan match of all time, without a doubt?
I've got two. I have.
Oh.
The match against Vince McMahon at WrestleMania
19,
and then the other one with The Rock. It was because after that match ended, The Rock showed a lot of respect for him, and as The Rock went to walk back up the ramp, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash came from nowhere, started attacking Hogan, and then obviously The Rock wasn't having any of it, went straight back down to the ring and helped him. And then the amount of respect then that them two had for each other, it was just such a surreal moment seeing two WWF and WWE legends going head to head. It was brilliant.
Absolutely agree with you on that one. Rossi, as you mentioned a lot of matches you've watched, especially past the 2000s, is there a match that, hands down, for you, ultimate Hogan match that you absolutely love?
Well, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna remember the Hulk Hogan versus The Rock match at WrestleMania 18 because those two that night made magic. They made magic that night, and personally, that's gonna be my favorite match. I'm gonna remember Hulk Hogan by. If I was born later on, like in the 90s, then I possibly was gonna say maybe Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. Because I know those two were the mega powers back then. So yeah, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, but overall, I'm gonna remember Hulk Hogan versus The Rock from WrestleMania 18.
I think that match is. I think, yeah, that WrestleMania 18 match will just be his legacy from now. So before we wrap up, and then this is gonna be fun. If you have, because me and Steve do fantasy booking. If you have one match, past or present, or today's past, present, or future, and you had Hogan on one corner, who would you put against Hogan? Would it be a John Cena? Would it be a Austin? Would it be a Ricky Saints? What will be your ultimate Hogan match, Steve?
The one match we never saw, him versus Cena.
And I'm not pulling who goes over. Absolutely. Hogan versus Cena. Lewis?
Who would I put Hulk Hogan in the match with, whether he was in his prime or not? Yeah.
Yes. So, past, present, or future of wrestler. So you got Hogan in one corner, whatever version you want Hogan, and the other corner, any wrestler.
Okay. I know we saw this match in I think it was a WCW. I'm gonna say both in their prime. I would have loved to have seen again Hulk Hogan versus Bill Goldberg.
1998 when Goldberg won the title.
Atlanta. I have to agree on that one. Ross?
Well, I have 3 superstars in mind. The first
he's pulling a me.
Yeah, he's pulling you.
Hey, I like fantasy booking stuff.
Oh, we do that every week. Me and Steve. It's funny.
My 3 would be Hulk Hogan versus Roman Reigns. My number 2, Hulk Hogan versus Braun Breaker.
Oh.
And my 3rd, I'm going to say Hulk Hogan versus... Oh, this is going to be a hard one, but forget it. I already came up with it. Hulk Hogan versus Oba Femi.
Oh, that's money. That's money. I thought it was difficult facing you, Steve, for a fantasy booking, but I think if I face Ross, I'll probably lose that and all. So I had something in my mind, and one of our viewers, Brittany, has said it, and I'm going on this. Gunther versus Hogan, for me, would have been the best one. Just because the match, the storytelling that these two can do will be phenomenal. But Brittany also said Hogan versus Seth Rollins is another one. For me, if I was doing another fantasy booking, I would have the Outsiders versus Shield. Just because. So after all of that, let's end the show on a high. What you gonna do when Hulkamania Wonder World forever. I want to thank Steve, Chris, and Lewis for joining us on this special show. Thank you for everyone that's watched and commented. It's my first time doing these kind of shows, and I'm literally like that. We will be back on Sunday with Ultimate 2000s match card with me and Steve. I think that's going to be around 6 p.m. And then we have the Wrestling Roundtable, which probably will cover this hour later at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock or something like that. Depends what the boss feels like. So thank you from me, Steve, Chris, and Lewis. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Just love wrestling.